Once you've located the bleeding vessel, now you need to get some temporary control of it while the surgeon and the scrub tech and the other people involved are going to be getting together what they need to get together, the patch, the sutures, the graft, whatever it is that they need. So I wish I could be in person so I could show you, because it's just such a light touch. You want to put the minimal amount of pressure to actually stop the bleeding. And when you have a perforation, which is a small hole in the vessel, all you need to do is the lightest touch. It would be like a butterfly or a feather landed on you. Imagine that. And that's about all it takes for most of them. So just this very light touch, and then it's controlled until you have everything ready to proceed to stop the bleeding. Now, that's for perforation. If it is a laceration where it's torn or completely severed and you see the area that it's in, it's going to take more pressure to stop that. The body's mechanism is to defense mechanism is to try to stop its bleeding. So what's going to happen with an artery, say you're doing a thyroid or the perforator that goes up from the muscles in the abdomen through the fascia to the subacute tissue, that's going to retract. They're going to retract and they're going to contract to try and make the lumen smaller and to be able to get control and coagulate. So you may have to hunt for them. If it's a complete laceration like that, then it's going to take more pressure. You're going to probably take some sort of sponge, depending on the size of it, a lap or a Raytech or a sponge on a stick, and then you're probably going to put some pressure on it until you can slow it down and then go after it. And of course, the last thing we can talk about for control, temporary control of surgical bleeding, is the tourniquet. You're going to have it on the upper arm or the leg or whatever appendage it's on. And you are going to, again, put the minimum. I was looking it up in the book to see if it's changed from when I was in surgery, and there are different articles that give slightly different times. It's supposed to be controlled by the amount of what the pressure of the patient is, and then you go a certain amount above it. When I was in the OR, they were saying an hour and a half is the max, because you don't want to do any permanent damage to soft tissue, especially the neurological tissue, and you can do permanent damage. One of the articles I was reading was saying 2 hours, but that probably is pushing it. You don't want to leave it up any longer than that. And if the surgery is going to go longer than that, then you are going to have to let it down for about 10 minutes to perfuse the area that's been oxygen deprived. Now, I want to go into this, and on my next video, I want to go into an actual real life example of a bleeding vessel and how we took care of it. So the next one's going to be on the pulmonary artery, just because I want to tell you a little bit about it, and then I'm going to tell you a story about what happened. And the purpose of that is so that you can put that in your memory bank and put that in your arsenal, and then heaven forbid, if anything like that should happen to you, at least you have a little more information of how to deal with it or what can be done.